fuel cell stack including a 70 MPa high-pressure hydrogen tank, which can deliver a range of 435 mi, 700 kilometers, under the Japanese JC08 test cycle. Toyota said the car was planned for launch in about 2015. In August 2012, Toyota announced its plans to start retail sales of a hydrogen fuel cell sedan in California in 2015. Toyota expects to become a leader in this technology. The prototype of its first hydrogen fuel cell vehicle will be exhibited at the November 2013 Tokyo Motor Show, and in the United States at the January 2014 Consumer Electronics Show. Toyota's first hydrogen fuel cell vehicles to be sold commercially, the Toyota Mirai, Japanese for Future, was unveiled at the November 2014 Los Angeles Auto Show. In January 2015, it was announced that production of the Mirai fuel cell vehicle would increase from 700 units in 2015 to approximately 2,000 in 2016 and 3,000 in 2017. Sales in Japan began in December 2014. Retail sales in the US began in August 2015, initially only in California. The market release in Europe is slated for September 2015, and initially will be available only in the UK, Germany, and Denmark, followed by other countries in 2017. In 2015, Toyota released 5,600 patents for free use until 2020, hoping to promote global development of hydrogen fuel cell technology. Since the mid-2010s, Toyota has increased its focus on building hydrogen-powered trucks. It first showcased a heavy-duty semi-truck tractor in 2017 and in 2023 announced a kit to convert existing diesel-powered truck engines to use hydrogen. In late 2022, the company signed an £11.3 million government deal with the UK's Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy to help it develop a hydrogen-powered Hilux pickup truck. Plug-in hybrids, edit. Main articles, Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid and Toyota RAV4 Prime. The Prius plug-in hybrid concept was exhibited in late 2009, and shortly after, a global demonstration program involving 600 pre-production test cars began. The vehicles were leased to fleet and government customers, and were equipped with data tracking devices to allow Toyota to monitor the car's performance. The vehicle was based on the third-generation Toyota Prius and outfitted with 2 additional lithium-ion batteries beyond the normal hybrid battery pack. The additional batteries were used to operate the car with minimal use of the internal combustion engine until they are depleted, at which point they are disengaged from the system. They are not used in tandem with the main hybrid battery pack. After the conclusion of the demonstration program, the production version of the Prius plug-in hybrid was unveiled in September 2011. The production Prius plug-in had a maximum electric-only speed of 100 km per hour, 62 miles per hour, and the United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, rated the vehicle as having a range of 18 km, 11 mi, in blended mode, mostly electric, but supplemented by the internal combustion engine. Toyota ultimately only did a small production run with 75,400 vehicles being produced between 2012 and 2016. The second-generation Prius plug-in, renamed the Prius Prime in the US, was unveiled in early 2016. Unlike the prior generation, where the plug-in battery was limited by being added to the existing Prius, this model would be developed in tandem with the fourth-generation Prius, allowing Toyota to increase the range to 40 kilometers, 25 mi, with a top speed of 135 kilometers per hour, 84 miles per hour, without needing the assistance of the internal combustion engine. The second-generation Prius plug-in went on sale starting in late 2016, with Toyota expecting to sell up to 60,000 units globally per year. A second plug-in hybrid model, the Toyota RAV4 PHEV, RAV4 Prime in the US, was unveiled in December 2019. The vehicle has an EPA estimated 68 kilometers, 42 mi, of all-electric range and generates a combined 225 kilowatts, 302 HP, enabling it to be Toyota's second fastest car currently in production, behind the GR Supra 3.0 sports car. Sales started in mid-2020. Battery electric vehicles, edit. Toyota has been criticized for being slow to add battery electric vehicles to its lineup. It has been publicly skeptical of battery electric vehicles, instead focusing on hybrid and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and actively lobbying against government mandates to transition to zero-emissions vehicles. As of 2023, only a small proportion of the vehicles the company sells are of battery electric, which has prompted criticism by some environmental and public interest groups. The company plans to increase its sales of electric vehicles to 3.5 million per year by 2030. However, the company has stated that it believes other technologies, including hybrid and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, will continue to play a role in the future of the company. Toyota created the first-generation Toyota RAV4 EV, electric vehicle, as a compliance car after the California Air Resources Board mandated in the late 1990s that every automaker offer a zero-emissions vehicle. A total of 1,484 were leased and forward/or sold in California from 1997 to 2003. When the state dropped its mandate under legal pressure from lawsuits filed by automakers. A second generation of the RAV4 EV was developed in 2010 as part of a deal with Tesla. The production version was unveiled in August 2012, using battery pack, electronics and powertrain components from Tesla. The RAV4 EV had a limited production run with just under 3,000 vehicles being produced, before it was discontinued in 2014. According to Bloomberg News, the partnership between Tesla and Toyota was marred by clashes between engineers. Starting in 2009, Toyota introduced 3 generations of concept electric vehicles called the Foot EV built on a modified Toyota IQ platform. In late 2012, the company announced plans to build a production version of the car called the Toyota IQ EV, Scion IQ EV in the US, Toyota EQ in Japan, but ultimately production was cut back to 100 cars for special fleet use in Japan and the US only. In late 2012, Toyota announced that it would back away from fully electric vehicles, after producing less than 5,000. At the time, the company's vice chairman, Takeshi Yamada, said, "The current capabilities of electric vehicles do not meet society's needs, whether it may be the distance the cars can run, or the costs, or how it takes a long time to charge." A shift in Toyota's formerly battery-agnostic posture could be seen as early as 2016, when Toyota's CFO Takahiko Ojichi sent a strong signal that Toyota soon plans to jump on the battery bandwagon and make electric cars despite expressing skeptical views about their range and charging times, as the Wall Street Journal wrote. Toyota said it would make and sell battery electric vehicles if and where regulations and markets demand. A year later, Toyota outlined its electric vehicle plans for between 2020 and 2030 to the press in Tokyo, saying it would introduce more than 10 battery electric vehicles worldwide by the early 2020s, beginning in China, and later in Japan, Europe, the US and India. In April 2019, Toyota introduced the C-Hour EV, its first mass-produced pure electric model in China, along with an identical twin called the IZOA EV. It went on sale in April 2020 and May 2020 respectively. Nikkei reported in October 2020 that Toyota had only sold less than 2,000 units in the first 8 months of the year. Toyota introduced the C and Pod in late 2020, a two-seater K car with an estimated range of 100 kilometers, 62 mi, and a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, 37 miles per hour. In December 2020, Toyota CEO Akio Toyoda stated that electric cars are excessively hyped and that, in Japan, they would not necessarily reduce carbon dioxide emissions since electricity is mostly generated by burning coal and natural gas in the country. He also said that the infrastructure needed for Japan to switch fully to EVs would cost between $135 billion and $358 billion, and switching only to EVs would cost millions of jobs and make cars less affordable. In April 2021, Toyota revealed the BZ4X, an electric crossover SUV that will be the first vehicle built on a dedicated electric platform called ETNGA when it goes on sale in mid-2022. It is the first model of the BZ, Beyond Zero, series of battery electric vehicles. The company has also stated that there will be 7 BZ models to be launched globally out of 15 BEV models by 2025. In June 2021, Transport and Environment ranked Toyota as the least ready OEM to transition to battery electric vehicles by 2030, stating, "Toyota has not set a target for 2030 and it plans to produce just 10% BEVs in 2025. It is expected to rely on polluting hybrid technologies." In December 2021, Toyota announced in Tokyo plans for 30 battery electric models by 2030, to sell 3.5 million BEVs per year by that date, and that its premium brand Lexus will be 100% battery operated by 2030 in North America, Europe, and China. The company announced investments of $70 billion into the company's electrification. In a session in parallel with the G7 meeting 2023 May, Akio Toyoda said that battery electric vehicles are not solely the future, instead offering a mix of battery electric, internal combustion engine equipped and hydrogen cars. Toyota has been developing solid-state batteries in partnership with Panasonic, in which the company has more than 1,000 patents covering solid-state batteries by late 2020. The technology has been implemented on the Toyota LQ concept. Toyota hopes the technology could increase efficiency of battery electric vehicles by 30%, which in turn would reduce battery costs by the same amount. Autonomous vehicles, edit.